Hello everyone, this is Melanie from Melanie B's Creative Studio, and today I'm back with another kit from Crafties for Halloween. Now, I cannot believe we are already in October and Halloween is upon us. And I know I normally don't paint by number for Halloween, but the particular kit that I chose for this event and this holiday is one that I feel like I have eyed for a long time because I love the style, and it's not necessarily one that is just a Halloween theme. So let me go ahead and insert it right here. And you can see that it is not necessarily just for Halloween. It just has that kind of a dark vibe, but it also has that mysterious fairy tale vibe that I love so much. And I've brought to you in the past some of the Sybile Art artwork from Crafties. So you can see I have been drawn to her artwork in the past, and that's why this one appealed to me so much when they reached out to me from Crafties and said, hey, pick your project this month. So that's the one I've chosen. This one is a 16 by 20 inch framed artwork piece. And I went ahead and opened everything up. I've got it in front of us because we're gonna go ahead and just kind of talk through what I have in front of me. I will go ahead and swatch these paints and we'll come back and we'll talk about the paints. But I wanted to show you how they come so that you're not surprised when you see them bagged. And for those of you who are fairly new, you'll know what to do once you get them in this type of manner. So these are the contents of a kit when you get them from Crafties. You're going to have the 4 wooden brushes, which are definitely different than what you normally see in a kit for paint by numbers. Normally you're seeing those plastic brushes. They give you a set of 4 brushes, which includes a flat brush and 3 round brushes. You actually have a smaller round and then a medium and a larger round. And here you're gonna have the brass type of hanging hardware. That's the typical ones that you see in most kits. These 2 paint pots right here are the varnish for sealing your painting when you're done. You guys know I'm always happy to see when paintings include the varnish for sealing the paintings, just because that's one less thing that you have to go find or do, you know, to complete your project when you're done. They've also included more hanging hardware, and these are the ones that are very simple. These attach in the back of your canvas. I keep saying it, but eventually I need to show you guys how to use these because they're supposed to be very easy to use to hang your canvases, but I have not messed with them yet. Now you'll notice a very dark palette here, totally against what I normally work with, right? Lots of reds and blacks and grays, but that's because I chose a darker project this time. But how lovely are blacks and whites and reds in a painting? They're stunning when they're completed. So, you know, that's why this one spoke to me. It does have a little pink in there because pink is my signature color. I, you know, had to pick something with a little pink, but beautiful piece. So for those of you who've not done the paints that come in a bag, the way these are put together is that you're going to get the stickers and you get your paints loose, and then they give you a guide about which paint pot will have which number. So let's just say this one is marked with 1241. On here I'm going to have 1241, which is going to tell me that is number 19, and there should be 3 of this particular color of paint pot. So I'm only going to have 1 sticker that's labeled number 19, but I'm also going to have other blank labels that I can use a Sharpie on, or a permanent marker of some kind, and I can write number 19 on there and then label the paint pots as I need to. So that's what I will do, and then I will swatch the paints, and then I will come back and we'll talk about the paint quality. I'll flip this canvas over and let's take a look at this real quick before I swatch the paints, and then I will go take care of the paints and we'll come back and discuss how they swatched. So you'll notice that The stretched canvases are very nicely stretched. They're good and taut, and the canvas has the tinted surface. You'll notice this particular canvas does have some larger black numbers on it. Great for visibility for those who struggle to see the lines and numbers. The lines are actually in red. For those of us who wonder, okay, if you've got a transparent paint, what do you do to cover the lines and numbers? If they're bold, you know, we've talked about the 3 shades of gray. I've always talked about in the past that using a white acrylic pen that is a water base. For these particular situations, we now know that the 3 shades of gray is always going to be your answer for that, which is especially nice when you have a tinted canvas. So 3 shades of gray is going to be your best alternative to covering darker numbers, especially, and lines. This case, the lines are not going to be an issue so much, but the numbers might be. But because we have a tinted canvas, especially since it's a gray tinted canvas, our 3 shades of gray is going to be perfect for that. So hopefully our paints are not going to be transparent or translucent, and they're going to cover regardless. But if they don't, we have 3 shades of gray at our disposal. And the surface is a very nice canvas texture. But of course, as I always say, for the love of gesso and all that is holy, I'm going to add clear gesso to every single canvas, right? Including this one, before I paint. Okay, if you're not sure what that means, there are videos on my channel about clear gesso and why it is necessary. All right, so let me go swatch some paints, and I will be back and we'll discuss the quality of the paints that come with this particular kit. I will be back. Okie doke, so I have swatched the paints. I put the numbers on, I got them in order, I swatched them out. Messy little swatch here. It's been a while since I've swatched some paints, but we're gonna take a look at how these turned out. They really did swatch beautifully. There were some that are translucent. I didn't have any that were transparent, so yay for that. I did get a little messy in my swatching, I'm not gonna lie. I do use a flat brush to swatch, which gives me a better coverage and a little bit better opacity. And I also get that when I'm painting. So whatever I'm using here for my swatching is what I'm probably going to get when I'm painting as well. So that's why I use a flat brush a lot now when I paint. And also the clear gesso helps. So for those of you who are still struggling with coverage and you're not sure why you're not getting good coverage and you're like, well, my paints were not good from that kit or from that company or whatever, be sure you watch my 5 tips to avoiding streaky paints, and that might help you with opacity as well, okay? But let's go ahead and dive into this swatch. The only ones that I had really any trouble with as far as transparency issues, number 6 is slightly translucent, 7 was translucent, and 8 and 9 are beautiful reds, and they are slightly translucent. They were not transparent. They're really, really beautiful colors. They look very similar, but I did not get very good layers, so that was probably more my fault. But the rest of these looked amazing. So Craft Ease has done it again with another beautiful kit, and I must say that I am looking forward to completing this one at some point. So you guys, I hope you have enjoyed this quick look at this Halloween painting, which could be any time of the year. A lot of members on my group absolutely do this style all year long. They have an entire wall of this kind of style of artwork, which is amazing. So this does not have to be Halloween only, you guys. This would go with your entire theme, no matter what time of the year it is. That's why I chose this particular piece. All right, so that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Be sure to join me on Facebook, Patreon, and all of those social media platforms that I have listed in the description below. You can find Craft Ease below as well, this kit, and many others. You guys, thanks as always for watching, and I will see you back soon.